Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. So I hope I am now audible. We are going to go ahead and we are going to talk about a very important aspect today, and that is the, excuse me, neoclassical, right? Cambridge or cash balance approach. Please make these notes along with me, because they are very, very important from the point of view of exam. So we need to make sure that, we understand this concept very well. तो आप मेरे साथ साथ ही इस पूरे के notes prepare करोगे, right बेटा? Okay. So we have already gone ahead and we have understood what is the Fisher's approach. Fisher quantity theory of money or Fisher equation of exchange was very, very simple. And it was saying that MV is equal to PT. This was called as Fisher's equation of exchange, right? So Fisher equation of exchange was simply going ahead and saying that M, which is actually the total quantity of money, into V, which was the velocity of money, is equal to P, which is the price level, and T, the number of transactions. Now, there were a lot of criticisms about Fisher theory. Fisher theory के बहुत सारे हमने criticisms पढ़े. So when there were many criticisms of Fisher theory, that is when we came to the next theory, beta, which was known as the neoclassical Cambridge or cash balance approach. इसी को हमने neoclassical Cambridge या cash balance approach भी बोला. So we can go ahead and say, number 1 point, that the neoclassical or the Cambridge or the cash balance approach, it is an improvement over Fisher theory of quantity theory of money. तो जो भी क्वांटिटी थ्योरी ऑफ मनी फिशर ने दिया था, उसके ऊपर का एक इम्प्रूवमेंट जो है, उसी को हमने ये कैश बैलेंस अप्रोच बोला या कैम्ब्रिज वर्जन थ्योरी बोला, राइट? नाउ दिस वाज फर्स्ट, द कैम्ब्रिज वर्जन, इट वाज फर्स्ट डेवलप्ड बाय एल्फ्रेड मार्शल. As I have told you, beta, whenever you will study any theory, जब हम कोई भी थ्योरी पढ़ेंगे, हमें हमेशा ये जानना जरूरी है who gave that theory. It is very important to understand who was the founder of the theory. And उसी थ्योरी के अंदर अगर कोई भी अपडेशन है, right? If there has been any changes in that theory, so we must go ahead and we must look at those changes also. Right? So it was first developed by Marshall, but later it was modified by 3 people, और इनकी बात भी हम करेंगे in a lecture, which is Pigou, Robertson, and Keynes. So in exam, multiple times, you will be asked कि what is the Robertson equation of quantity theory of money? और what is Keynes equation of quantity theory of money या Pigou's equation of quantity theory of money, ये पूछा जाएगा एग्जाम में. So we have to be well aware about the equation given by all 3 of them. ठीक है? Now, बेटा Cambridge version बोलता क्या है? What is Cambridge version saying? So Cambridge version, देखो ध्यान से समझने की कोशिश करो. When we talked about the Fisher equation, it was MV is equal to PT. And when we had written its income counterpart, जब हमने इसका income counterpart लिखा था, तो it became MV is equal to PY, right? So according to Fisher equation, Fisher said that basically the money was actually affected, whatever we are talking about, the money was actually affected by the volume of the transaction into the price level. माने फिशर ने ये बोला कि मनी इज अफेक्टेड बाय द वैल्यू ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन. देखो Suppose I tell you that there are 100 transactions that take place in an economy और हर transaction 10 rupees की होती है. So it means that there are transactions worth 1000 rupees. So we were saying that MV is equal to the value of the transaction. On the other hand, अगर मैं प्राइस के कंपैरिजन, अगर मैं प्राइस के हिसाब से देखूं, so we were saying that price is getting affected by M into V. ठीक है, क्या बोला फिशर ने? That price, अगर मैं रिवर्स मैकेनिज्म लगाऊं, तो फिशर said that price is affected by the product of money into velocity, right? But Cambridge School of Thought or cash balance approach said that only and only money affects the price level. Only and only money affects the price level, not MV. ठीक है? And what is this money, बेटा? ये वो money है that people hold for conducting various transactions. जो पैसा लोग अलग अलग ट्रांजैक्शन करने के लिए रखते हैं, द मनी दैट पीपल होल्ड इन फॉर्म ऑफ कैश फॉर डूइंग वेरियस ट्रांजैक्शन, वो ये मनी है. लेट मी राइट दिस स्टेटमेंट. वी विल गो स्लो सो दैट वी अंडरस्टैंड दिस वेल. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू केम्ब्रिज वर्जन, प्राइस लेवल, देखो बेटा, प्राइस लेवल is affected by that part of money which people hold in form of cash for transaction purpose. So the money that people are holding in the form of cash for doing various transactions, वो प्राइस को अफेक्ट करेगा, not by the total MV as suggested by Fisher. Many times in exam you have to contrast. आपको contrast करना होगा कि what did Fisher say and what did Cambridge say? What is the difference between the approach taken by Fisher and Cambridge? तो उस difference को समझना is very very important. तो try to understand बेटा. We are saying M into V is equal to P into Y income approach में. So we are saying according to Fisher, price is affected by M into V. फिशर के हिसाब से जो प्राइस है वो टोटल MV से अफेक्ट होगा. प्राइस इज अफेक्टेड बाय M into V. But according to the Cambridge version, price is affected only by M. And what is M? M क्या है? M is the amount of money people hold in cash. जो पैसा लोग हाथ में रखते हैं. The amount of money people hold in cash. For what? For doing transaction. Transaction करने के लिए जो भी पैसा लोग हाथ में रखते हैं, that is this M. Am I clear? Right? ठीक है. Now, according to Cambridge, समझो, ये जो लोगों का मनी है, the money that people hold, it can be for two reasons. Number one, I am holding money for doing various transactions. And number two, I am holding money for meeting the unexpected requirements for future. कि अच्छा अगर फ्यूचर में कुछ गलत हो गया तो मेरे पास पैसा होना चाहिए, एज अ पर्पस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी. So according to the Cambridge version, the demand of money is for two purposes. First, to meet different transactions, and second, for securities, for meeting the unexpected requirements. Right? ठीक है. तो let us write down. Actually हम इसको split करके 3 में ही कर देंगे. So please write down. According to Cambridge version, people hold money or they demand money for the following reasons. A, transaction demand, right? Second, money for securities. That means investment, right? And third, for meeting unexpected requirements. That means अगर future में कभी कुछ हो जाए गलत, so we need some money, right? For unexpected requirements. So this is the reason why people will hold money, right? It means that whenever you will earn any income, then you will not hold all income for transaction. You will invest some money for future yield, for future returns, right? So ये नहीं बताया Cambridge approach में कि what will be the ratio. They haven't told us how much money I will hold for transaction purpose, how much money I will hold for investment, how much I will invest, and how much I will hold for future. ये ratio नहीं बताया गया है. They haven't told us the ratio or the optimum amount of money that I will be holding in the three different directions, but they have gone ahead and told us that people will hold their money in three ways. This transaction money is what you hold in cash to do daily transaction. This money for security is what you invest to get return. And this unexpected requirement is for your unexpected future. Samjhe? So please write down that they don't hold their entire income in the form of cash, right? They put some part of their income in securities which give some return. Right? तो कुछ पैसा सिक्योरिटीज में लगा दिया गया जो रिटर्न देगा. Now, let us try to rewrite this equation. So I have MV is equal to PY. ठीक है? M is equal to 1 by V PY. M is equal to, but I am making this 1 by V as some K P Y, and I am writing this M as MD, demand of money, is equal to K P Y. ठीक है? Try to understand this thing. क्या बोला मैंने अब? This K, this is called as Cambridge K. K को क्या बोल दिया गया? It is called as Cambridge K. Price into output. So suppose I am producing 400 output, 400 units बनाए economy में, and the price level is 20 rupees. So that means my nominal GDP या value of output will be 8,000 beta. Price into output is going to be the value of the output. ठीक है? So this represents the value of output. Now remember, I told you कि in the Cambridge approach, this M, this is the M which is only for transaction purpose. This is the M which people hold in the form of money, in the form of currency, in the form of cash, which people are not putting for investment or for future. They are holding as currency or deposits for their current transactions. ठीक है? तो अब हमने बोल दिया कि this is the demand of money. Demand of money. Just a second, let me just change my pen. और ये डिमांड ऑफ मनी क्यों आ रहा है बेटा? This is the demand of money which is held in the form of currency or bank deposits. This is for doing various transactions. ये अलग अलग transactions करने के लिए पैसे. So try to understand what we are saying. We are going ahead and we are saying that basically the amount of money that people will hold in the form of cash, जो भी पैसा लोग कैश में रखेंगे, it will be some proportion of the value of the output in the economy. वो पूरी इकोनॉमी के आउटपुट की जो वैल्यू है उसी के कुछ प्रपोर्शन में होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, suppose I tell you beta k is 0.70 and the value of output is coming out as 1000. So demand of money will be 0.70 into 1000, that means 700. तो out of, तो ध्यान से समझो बेटा, we know that the GDP method tells us that जो भी हमारा value of GDP है, what is our value of GDP, it can be found out using product method, income method, and it can also be found out using expenditure method. तो हमें पता है कि अगर आउटपुट इकोनॉमी में 1000 का है, if in my economy we are producing output worth 1000, so we know that this means that there will be income generated worth 1000 in the economy. तो हमारी इकोनॉमी के अंदर the income that is generated is 1000. That means the total earning of the people is 1000, and out of that total earning of the people are keeping 70% of their income in the form of cash. माने बाकी 30% they must have invested in the share market, in fixed deposit, wherever they are getting some return. They might have used it for some speculative purpose or precautionary purpose, but they are not using it for transaction purpose. समझे बात को? They are using 70% of their income for transaction purpose, and the remaining 30% of the income is not getting used for the purpose of the transactions. वो transaction के लिए use नहीं हो रही है. This is what we are actually implying here, right? And according to the same Cambridge approach, this K is assumed to be stable. इस K को हम stable मान के चलते हैं. We assume this K to be stable. Now, we know that this K is nothing but 1 by velocity beta. And we know that velocity is constant. So if my velocity is constant, then 1 by velocity will also be constant. Right? Is this clear? Okay. Last thing. But when we talk about equilibrium, equilibrium is attained wherever the demand of money is equal to supply of money. The supply of money is this, and demand of money is nothing but KPY. So it becomes K into PY. So according to the Cambridge approach, equilibrium condition is this, where the supply of money becomes equal to the demand of money. Achha, sometimes in exam, they will give you this statement that Cambridge K is reciprocal of Fisher V. Cambridge K is reciprocal of Fisher V. True. But this statement एकदम correct है. Because we have, what we have done? We have written MV is equal to PY. हमने ये V यहाँ किया. So we got M is equal to 1 by V PY. So we got M is equal to KPY. So this Cambridge K is nothing but 1 by velocity. So it is the reciprocal of Fisher's velocity. Clear? Okay, beta.